Welcome back, please like, share, and subscribe. Kuchisei Kotoko, the slit-mouthed man. There was no denying that Jun was handsome. You could ask anyone regardless of their gender, and they would talk to you forever fawning over his looks. Rin, however, found it irritating, accusing Jun of using his features for his own selfish advantage. One afternoon Rin was alone with Jun cleaning up their homeroom class when Rin used this opportunity to address Jun about his abuse of vanity. "People only like you for your looks," he scowled. Jun simply shrugged and continued to sweep the floor. How stuck up can this guy be? Rin thought to himself, scoffing at the reaction he received. If only Jun was no longer handsome, then everyone would see him for who he truly was. Rin spotted a pair of scissors lying on the teacher's desk. He could use these scissors and take away Jun's handsome face. Since the other was busy with his task, Rin made his way to the teacher's desk, grabbing the pair of scissors and hid them behind his back. This was his only opportunity. If he could get close enough, then he could fix this problem. Slowly he crept up behind Jun, his heart pounding in anticipation. Bringing his arm out from behind his back, Rin raised his hand above his head, brandishing the scissors. Grabbing Jun by the back of the hair, he looped his fingers into the loops of the handle. "Say goodbye to that handsome face of yours," Rin snarled. The sound of scissors snipping into flesh echoed in the room along with Jun's screams. Droplets of blood dripped onto the floor, making small puddles. Jun gurgled and sputtered as he staggered away from Rin and into the hallway, making a trail of red as he stumbled into the nurse's office, who was still there. She gasped in surprise as Jun collapsed to the floor at her feet. "Help me," he whimpered before passing out from shock and blood loss. It had been some time since the incident, and Rin felt accomplished for what he had done to Jun. Jun never reported what happened to him or who did it. Rin smirked because he had gotten away with it. Without Jun around, it was peaceful, and he did not have to hear about people gawking over him. When school let out for the day, Rin began his walk home. Though he could not shake the feeling that he was being followed. Finally getting tired of this person on his heel, Rin turned around. "Whoever you are, I will call the police." "So, get lost," he threatened, hoping it would deter them. To his dismay, behind him stood an individual with a mask covering their face. They wore a hoodie with the hood up and a pair of sweatpants. In a raspy voice they asked, "Do you think I'm handsome?" Tilting their head to the side, cold hazel eyes stared at Rin, waiting for an answer. Was this person out of their mind? Thought Rin to himself, furrowing his brow. This was a waste of his time, so he quickly answered, not giving it much thought. "Yeah, sure," Rin muttered. The individual chuckled. "You really think so?" They pulled down their mask, revealing the lower half of their face. "What about now? Am I still handsome?" Rin paled, seeing the lower half of this individual's face, where a jagged scar went from ear to ear. It was Jun. There was no doubt that it was him. He had come to find him and get revenge for what he had done to him. Rin cursed himself for not running away. Instead, he stood there frozen in place. Should he just say yes once again? Rin's voice shook. "Why yes?" Jun grinned, his scar shifting on his once handsome face as he pulled out a pair of rusty scissors, the same ones that Rin had used on him. He stepped back as Jun advanced towards him, not allowing him even time to scream. As he snipped into his flesh with the pair of scissors, a satisfied smirk spread on his lips, twisting due to the scar. "You can say goodbye to your face as well," Jun laughed darkly. Sometime later, rumors began circulating about a man wearing a mask who has been lurking around the outside of the school, asking anyone who encounters him if he is handsome. If you answer yes, then he will show you his face, and if you then say no, he will murder you. If you say yes again, he will make your face look like his. Saying no outright will get you murdered. The only way to escape him is to say he looks average, and quickly get away. He needed a name, something that would remind people of who he has now become. Kuchisei Kotoko.